Let's go to my number one pick and the number 2 overall pick in the Week 5 Sunday six-pack. I am going with the Carolina Panthers. We are fading Dan Quinn again. And listen, look at the Panthers. And, they start the year slow. They lose to the Raiders. You think, oh, man, they're going to be one of the league's worst teams. You look up, and they're coming off 2 straight wins. They upset Arizona last week. 19th in DVOA are the Panthers. 14th on offense, 28th on defense, 19th special teams. That's 8 spots better than the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are 21st on offense, and that's with Calvin Ridley going nuts, well, until Monday night anyway. 25th on defense and 28th on special team. The Falcons are the only team in the league that's bottom 20 in all 3 facets in DVOA. I don't think the Falcons are the better team in this matchup. I know they're at home, but that really doesn't mean anything for them. This is a team that's, found ways to lose games throughout Dan Quinn's tenure. So I'm taking the Panthers here. I expect the Panthers to win this game, quite honestly. And there are just some ridiculous numbers that just point straight to the head coach, beyond the fact that the Falcons are a bottom 6 team in the league, bottom 12 in all 3 facets. If you faded Dan Quinn in every game against the spread before December, when he was a favorite, you would be 26-9, 74%. Dan Quinn is 0 for his last 8 at covering as a favorite before we get to December, when the lines just morph, the other way after the Falcons disappoint so many times. He's 1-10 in his last 11 as a favorite before December against the spread. He doesn't get his team up after a loss. Coming off a loss, you have guys like Sean Payton and Belichick that tend to cover at a high rate. Off a straight-up loss in his career, Dan Quinn is 15-24 against the spread, 38%. It just doesn't stop with this guy in the ways that his team, despite a strong offense, you would think. I know Julio's banged up and, Ridley struggled a little bit with more defensive attention, but a team with this kind of offense consistently falls short against the number. And it's because of the coaching and it's because of the defense. And we'll see what's up with Keanu Neal, but they lost another safety, KZ, on Monday Night Football. The defense is right where it is every year. It seems like banged up, not very good. Teddy Bridgewater averaging, 8 yards an attempt. I think this Panthers offense, using Robbie Anderson as a true receiver and not just a deep threat. I think this Panthers offense is going to be able to score with the Falcons. And I think they're the better team on both sides of the ball. They'll get no pressure. And I think it'll be a high scoring game. We'll talk about that in a bit, but I just think that the Panthers are a better team. The numbers back it up. So I am going to go with them as my number 1 pick. And an interesting trend, because I thought, it was probably not smart. It's probably not smart to go against an 0-4 team in Week 5. I thought, probably there's going to be value on the Falcons. But I looked it up. When a road team goes to face a winless home team in Week 5, the road team is 16-4 against the spread with 1 push, 80% since 2003. It's still a small sample, but, this is actually a value spot for the road teams in this spot. You also had the total jump up a ton. Over 3 points, it jumped up. And in those situations, it's usually because of, you can usually count on the underdog, kind of being undervalued when the line opened. 49-27 are underdogs since 2003 when the line moves up 3+. And of course, we have Teddy, 77%, 30-9 against the spread in his career. But overall, I just think this Panther team is no worse than the Falcons. I'll put it that way. Falcons' home field advantage hasn't meant much. They can cough up a lead any which way. This may be the game. This may be the Dan Quinn gets fired game. Give me the Panthers +1.5.
Yeah, I mean, I originally made this 3.5, 4, but I had to downgrade the Falcons. Plus, they're not healthy. Julio Jones might not sit up. They're on a short week too. After that Monday night game against Green Bay. Look, they were playing without 2 corners. They were playing without 2 safeties. And then they had 2 safeties get hurt during the game. And Hawkins didn't practice with a concussion today. Probably will miss. They had to redo their entire defense. it was – you want to know why, Green Bay could just throw it to, their
Bobby Tonyan.
Big Bob and Big Bob Tonyan and their running backs. They were just wide open. There was no communication. They were trying to play man-to-man. No one knew who to cover. So now you're on a short week trying to fix this, and I don't know who's going to play. I would imagine Julio might sit out too. It's a mess in Atlanta right now. I can't get behind that team at all. So I don't blame you for going for back in Carolina, who does look a little better than I was projecting. And I think their staff's done a good job for all of the turnover that they've had. I just wish they got another linebacker besides Tahir Whitehead to replace Kuechly. He's predictably been the worst linebacker in the NFL so far in the middle of that 4-3. But I don't hate it at all. Fading Dan Quinn right now is just –
it's unbelievable. When you go to the Action Network app, if you open that trend that I created with Dan Quinn as a favorite before December, you literally just see a whole list of green. There's not even a red in the screen on your iPhone. That's how ridiculous it is. I'm riding it.